It's 8:30 in the morning on Saturday, December 2nd, 2023. We've got a thick fog. It's about 50 something degrees. The field is still wet from the rain on Thursday, and there's plenty to do. So I rolled out a bale of hay for the cows, moved them to the third row, first cell of the third row. I think this one's number 4 because I tagged her when the tag came out. She looks just like any other cow. So she was born 2 years ago, a little more than 2 years ago. But she hasn't had a calf yet, so she's more than ready to have a calf. The problem was she was born in like June or July, and I wanted spring calves, so I kept the bulls off of them until my neighbor's bull. Where did he go? He was over here a second ago. Hope he didn't jump the wire already. Yeah, I don't see him in my herd. Yeah, he jumped the wire, and so he joined these guys a little earlier than I wanted. I was going to ask my neighbor if I could borrow his bull, but it kind of worked out for the best. He probably came over a week or two more earlier than I wanted. There he is. He's down there. Boop, Mr. Bull. So, yeah, I just put up a wire in this thick fog. I just kind of had to guess where it was supposed to go. I hear the wire popping, but I don't know why. It's probably just damp. Anyway, yeah. There's not much to report. Not many questions that I can think of. Oh, the dog. Snowball. He was limping yesterday. Now he seems to be walking more normally. He's still kind of taking his weight off his back left leg a little bit, but to me it looks like he's going to get healed just fine. He's just kind of walking a little funny. It's almost normal. Right there, Poochie. Yeah, he's out here with the animals. Oh, we got clovers. Lots of little tiny clovers. Don't know what kind of clovers, but we got clovers. That's a good sign. So, the cows are tearing up the field, and this is one of the big reasons why Greg Judy recommends small cows. If you have huge cows, they tear up your field and kill the grass. But you can see here that this is like the ground is wet, and the cows, they come here to get their water, and they kind of tear it up, but these hoof prints aren't more than an inch deep. That's 2.54 centimeters for those of you who don't know what an inch is. Let me show you what an inch is. It's that finger segment here. So the hoof prints are about an inch deep, you know. And yeah, I was thinking back to the measurements. So my field is a half mile long. It's a little more than a half mile. It's like 40 more feet than a half mile. Well, 50 more feet. So it's 2,608 feet long in the north-south direction. And a half mile is 2,560 feet, right? So if you said my field is 4 furlongs long, because a furlong is 1/8 of a mile, so 4 furlongs makes a half mile. So my field is about 4 furlongs long, more or less, and it's 60 acres. And an acre is a furlong by a chain, right? So we need 15 chains in the other direction. A chain is 1/10 of a furlong, if you're wondering. Oh, this hay, by the way, has just been ground into the ground, trampled into the ground. So my field is 4 furlongs by 15 chains. A chain is about the distance between my posts. Right now I'm going a little extra, so I get 14 sections instead of 15, because I moved them 7 times. So I put down 14 posts, 15 posts because you need one for the end. But yeah, so that's kind of the math there. So each of these posts is a little more than a chain apart from each other, if you want to get a good visualization of what a chain is. And I was thinking about this, maybe the chain is a unit because that's like about as far as you can stretch a thin rope without it sagging too much, which sounds really general and subjective. But I imagine if you had like a light chain and you put some tension on it to keep it from sagging, the question would be, how far can you go before it sags too much? And a chain is about that distance, right? So if you want to hold up a chain, you need to put posts every chain distance apart, otherwise it'll sag too much. And that's how I put my posts up too. I just kind of found a distance that works for me. Technically, if you put a lot of tension in these polywire ropes, probably too much tension, honestly. If you put too much tension, it tends to cause the polywire to behave strangely. But if you put a lot of tension, you can spread out these posts about 100 feet apart from each other. That's about 33 meters. But in most cases, that's so much tension that the posts can't bear any turns. You know, it has to be straight. But if you put turns in the wire, you put posts and you put them in angles and stuff like that, so the wire isn't going straight, you could only go about 50 feet, you know. Otherwise the tension's too much and you bend the posts and they will come apart. And you can use these pigtail posts to provide extra tension, but when you're putting the tension at so high of a point, you can only put so much tension before these things really bend over, you know. So these posts are 22 steps apart, so that's about a chain. Yeah. So anyway, good times. Actually, no, here, do this. So I'm grazing them in 10 rows, 2 furlongs distance. So that's 20 chains. So each section is 2 chains wide, almost exactly. Almost exactly 2 chains wide. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Anyway, have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.